the final and arguably most important step, although each step in a fouette turn are very important, is a fondu. So the fondu is in charge of teaching the coordination needed for the plie and opening action in a fouette. In a fondu, you are going to have, again, your standing leg and your gesture leg. For your standing leg, you're going to be going from flexion of the hip to extension of the hip and the knee. The knee will also be going from flexion to extension. The ankle will either remain in dorsiflexion or it'll go from dorsiflexion to plantar flexion if you're going to releve. Your gesture leg is also going to start in flexion of the hip and the knee, and it is also going to it is going to extend in the hip and the knee in the same way your standing leg is. The difference is with this, your ankle is going to your ankle remains in plantar flexion the whole fondu. So going from plie out, your ankle is going to remain in plantar flexion. And in addition, abduction is going to be a differentiating factor between your gesture and your standing leg. So your gesture leg is going to be going away from you while your standing leg is going to be staying underneath you. So, but both the standing and the gesture leg are going from hip and knee flexion to hip and knee extension, and often the standing leg is going to go from dorsiflexion to plantar flexion, whereas the gesture leg is going to remain in plantar flexion of the ankle the whole time. So what muscles are involved with this? Well, the quadriceps, as always, are going to be involved with straightening the knee. The glutes are going to be involved with stability, external rotation, so your external rotators. Your adductors are going to work in the leg coming back in, and obviously your abductors are going to work in your leg going out. So this is your gesture leg. And then, of course, your calves are very important in maintaining stability in a plie, and then also if you're going on to releve, your calves are going to be involved. In addition, whenever your ankle is in plantar flexion, whether weight bearing or not, your calves are going to be involved in that as well. For a sensorial cue, you want to feel like you are bending your knee while you are in water. You want to do this so you feel the water resist your movement from occurring. So you don't want to drop into your fondu. You want to feel the resistance as you are going down and coming back in. For a metaphorical cue, you want to imagine that both of your legs are attached to one string that allows them to move together and arrive at the same time. And this is because in a fondu, a hallmark of it is the legs moving together. You don't want one leg to arrive out quicker than the other leg. They want to go out and arrive back in at the same time. So that means that one of them might have to move at a faster pace and the other has to move at a slower pace, but the point being they're going to arrive together always. So hence the idea of a string attaching them both. For an active cue, you want to bend and stretch both legs together with control. So that kind of ties in my sensorial and metaphorical cue. For the physical and anatomical cue, you want to coordinate knee flexion and extension through quadricep engagement while stabilizing the pelvis with the glutes. So again, you want to feel all these muscles that are in charge of the control aspect of your movement. You want your glutes and your pelvis to be stable during this movement, so it just allows your quadriceps and your abductors and adductors and your hamstrings to be involved in this.